Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Jessica.
How are you, Mr. Foley?
We are good. How are you this morning?
I'm fantastic. I have the Dillon case as the first one. Does that work for you?
Yes, Your Honor. I think we have the same schedule you have. I think the one that Jennifer sent out. So I think we're good to go.
All right. That would be Sandra Dillon, and she's trying to connect right now. If she doesn't, I'll put her back in the waiting room and send her back in. Is there anyone else you need? There's no one else in the waiting room.
Let's see. We've got Mr. and Miss Dillon. I see Deshaun is on the screen. And I don't know. I know Stuart McKeon has given their consents. They may not be here today. So I think that would be
He's not
everybody.
here. And
What's
Ms.
that?
Schreiner, I'm not sure. Ms. Schreiner, I'm not sure which case you're here on.
I'm here for the low-end adoption.
Okay, well, good. If you don't mind, I'll put you back in the waiting room. You're welcome to watch on YouTube. We're live streaming. Woohoo! All right.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, there's Miss Dillon. We have a lovely view of her ceiling.
And that ceiling fan's going. I don't know. We're pretty chilly down here this morning in San Saba.
Is it? It's just gorgeous here.
No, it was about 40, 35, 37 when I got up this morning.
No, this is, oh, is that not gorgeous?
No, I like it. I don't have my ceiling fan going.
I was gonna say, I walked my dogs this morning. It was about 40 degrees, but it's already starting to climb. But I'm really enjoying this fall weather.
I like it.
Miss Dillon, are you ready to start?
Y'all need to get over here.
Good morning, Miss Dillon.
Good morning.
Are you ready for us to start?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Mr. Foley, let me just go ahead and call cause number E21076AD in the interest of the Dillon child. And you're here on behalf of the petitioner, correct?
Correct, Your Honor. And I'll be calling both Mr. and Miss Dillon as witnesses.
All right, is Mr. Dillon with you, Miss Dillon?
He's right here.
Right here.
Okay, that's fine. If both of you would raise your right hands for me. Do each of you swear and affirm that any testimony you give in the cause before the court would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Foley.
All right. Thank you, Judge. And of course, I would ask you to take judicial notice of the file, Your Honor, to include all the necessary required pleadings, specifically the affidavit regarding interstate compact, the adoption registry report, the criminal history on file, the waiver and consent by the department as managing conservator, the waiver by Mr. McKeon as the attorney and guardian ad litem, and of course, the underlying suit of termination.
And by virtue of technology, I have had an opportunity to review all those items, and they are as Mr. Foley has stated them, and I will take judicial notice. You may call your first witness.
Thank you, Judge. I'm going to call Miss Dillon.
Yeah.
All right.
Ma'am, would you state your name for the court?
Sandra Dillon.
All right. And Miss Dillon, and are you and your family joining us from your home there in Odessa today?
Yes, we are.
All right. And I know not everybody's quite on screen at one time, but could you introduce us to your family?
Okay, this is my husband, Ron Dillon. Hold on, now get some in.
Got to get her away.
I think we're starting too early for the teenagers, Your Honor.
Oh, I understand.
Get over here.
Yeah, come on.
This is Serenity Dillon.
All right. Good to see you this morning, Miss Serenity. All right.
You say hello?
And as to Serenity, who's the star of our show today, she was born on July 9th, 2011 in Ector County. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, was trying
And I
to.
know right now y'all are her legal grandparents, but you are asking to become legally mom and dad today. Is that correct?
Right.
And how long has Serenity been living with you and your family?
Actually, since she came home from the hospital.
All right.
So 10 years.
All right. So I know as far as CPS is concerned, the official was February of 2020, but she's been with y'all her whole life. Is that right?
Right.
Okay. So based on that, Do you believe this adoption is the best thing for Serenity?
Yes,
And can you tell the judge why you think so?
because her mother's despaired and her dad's not able to take care of her or be there if she needs him or pay for anything either. He doesn't even work, so.
And you are willing to step in and take on that role of mom and dad and provide for all her needs and take care
Yeah.
of her?
Yes.
Okay. And how is she doing in your home? Is she doing good in school and all
She's
that kind
doing-
of stuff?
Yeah, she's doing really good in school this year.
Okay. All right. And you understand that should the court grant this adoption, you're taking all the responsibilities and duties of a parent for her, just as she'd been born to you.
Yes,
Okay. And there's no request for a name change. She's already a Dillon, so she's good.
Right.
Right.
yep.
Okay. Your Honor, I'll pass this witness.
All right, you may call your next witness.
I'll call Mr. Dillon.
May proceed.
Mr. Dillon, would you state your name for the court?
Ron Dillon.
And Mr. Dillon, did you hear your wife's testimony today?
Yes,
Are you in agreement with that testimony?
yes, sir, I am.
All right. Do you also believe that allowing you to adopt Serenity is the best thing for her?
Yes, I've been us too.
All right.
She's
And
been
I know you-
here,
oh, go ahead.
she's been here for ever.
All right. And I think y'all have already done this, but legally you're willing to take on those same responsibilities and duties of a parent for Serenity, just as she'd been born to your family.
Yes,
Okay. Your Honor, with that, I'll pass this witness. I do not have any further witnesses or evidence to present. I know Ms. Hill's here. I don't know if she's put some time into this case, and I'm sure she'd be willing to give any opinion as to further best interest.
Ms. Hill, I do know that you have spent a lot of time, not only with this young lady, but with the family. Could you give me your take on this?
As the family has said that she has been there since she's been born. Serenity is doing very well in the home. Mr. and Mrs. Dillon is taking very good care of her, education-wise as well. Miss Dillon spends a lot of time with her with education. She's very attached to these people, and I'm just happy that she can finally say that she's adopted. And she's my best friend.
Serenity is.
Yes.
It is good to have a best friend.
Yes.
Well, I do have one concern, Ms. Hill. I don't know if you need to address this or if Mr. Dillon needs to address this, but this is a beautiful young lady. And I know that daughters tend to wrap fathers around their little fingers. And she looks like she may have already gotten a good start on that. Or am I right about that?
Oh yeah, you're definitely right about that one.
Okay, but think he can handle it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Daddies haven't been having to do that for centuries now. Serenity, what do you think about all this? Oh, thumbs up. I think that's all I need to know. Well, and we're not doing a name change because they already have the same last name, correct?
correct.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. Well, I want to tell y'all congratulations. Your attorney has certainly done all the appropriate and necessary legal work. And it's obvious to me that this is a family. And all I'm doing is putting the legal requirements that the state of Texas has to make them responsible for taking care of her legally and give them the ability to enroll her in things that need legal documentation and legal signatures. But I know that this is already a family. So it is certainly my privilege and my pleasure to grant this adoption. And congratulations. As of today, this is rendered and ordered from the bench. The adoption is granted. Congratulations.
Yay.
Congratulations, guys. We appreciate it all.
Congratulations.
Have a good day, Miss Serenity.
All right. Thank y'all very much. You may exit the courtroom.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Serenity. Congratulations, Mr. and Miss Dillon. Y'all have a great day.
You too.
All right, the next one we have is, let me see if I can pull it up. I have Bryce Dubois.
Correct, yes. My clients are Mr. and Ms. Futrell on that one, Your Honor. On this
They
one,
are
Judge,
with
there
us.
should be an extra person, Jordan Futrell, who's trying to log in.
All right,
And
we're
that
not
is their
seeing
son
them yet.
who is currently in the military and is trying to join us.
Oh, my goodness. Y'all are gonna make me cry first thing in the morning. He's not with us yet. Do we need to give him a little more time?
Mr. and Ms. Futrell, can y'all hear us?
You're on mute.
You're on mute
You'll
right
have to
now.
Unmute your device.
Thank you. Sorry.
No, you're good. Have y'all heard from Jordan this morning? Is he gonna be able to join us?
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Let me check real quick. Can I check real quick?
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
please.
Bye, Mommy.
Mr. Foley, you didn't say anything about my special effects.
I missed him. I must be looking at someone else on the screen.
Well,
I had to change
you'll
my
have to-
view.
You'll have to see on the next one.
Okay, I'll pay attention this time, Judge.
Look.
Look at that handsome fella.
He is
And I-
wanting to go,
and
go,
the
go.
And the baby is handsome too.
Oh, well,
gee,
thank you.
thanks.
So are we still waiting on your son?
I told him to join, so he should be getting on.
Are they in
If
a
not, we can-
different time zone by chance?
He is, but I told him the correct
Okay.
time.
Would
He's
y'all
in
like-
Connecticut serving in the Marine Corps.
Oh my gosh, God bless him. Thank him for his service.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna cry. Y'all are gonna make me cry. He's
I
with
might
us
lose
now.
We're
it.
gonna cry too.
What a way to start the day.
We can go ahead and start. Jordan can catch up.
Well,
I think he's
he's with
coming in.
us and he doesn't have video. I don't know if he has video capability. I hope he can hear us. Jordan,
I can hear.
welcome. You can hear.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for joining us. This is the judge, and thank you so much for what you're doing for your service. And it's obvious, gosh, it's obvious you have good parents. My goodness. All right,
Correct.
Mr. Foley, let me go ahead and call the case. This is cause number E21070AD, and you are here representing the petitioner.
Correct, Your Honor. I'll be calling both of them as witnesses today.
And let me ask both of you to raise your right hands, please. Do each of you swear and affirm that the testimony you will give in the cause before the court would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
I do.
Mr. Foley,
Your Honor, instead of going through all the documents every time, I'm just going to ask you to take judicial notice of the necessary required pleadings that'll be on file.
all right, and Mr. Foley, you've certainly ingrained in my head the ones that you list, and so I have had a chance to review the file. Everything seems to be in order, and I will take judicial notice of those items. You may call your first witness.
All right, I'm going to call Ms. Futrell as my first witness today. Ma'am, would you state your name for the court?
My name is Helen Ray Futrell.
All right, and would you take a moment and introduce us to your family that's with you today?
My daughter Janice is with us. My granddaughter Sophia. Can you say hi?
Hi.
Hey,
And then my son Nathan is coming in. Jordan's with us by Zoom. And my other son is watching on YouTube.
Okay. And as far as your family with you, you are joining us from your home there in Odessa. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And Bryce is one of the kids running in the room, I think, right now. And he's our
Yes.
star of the show today. Is that right?
Yes, he is.
All right. There he is. All right. And his name is Bryce Joseph Dubois. He was
Yes.
born May 9th, 2020 there in Ector County. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, I understand y'all are related to him as aunt and uncle. Is that right?
Yes, I'm his biological aunt.
Okay. But today you're asking to become mom and dad. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Now, would you tell us how long he's been living with you and your family?
I was asked to be his emergency placement when he was 5 days old, and he came home from the NICU to me. So his whole little life.
All right. And so based on that time frame, do you believe that this adoption is the best thing for Bryce?
Yes, I do.
And can you tell us why you think so?
Because we love him and want him. And he'll have consistency and a home, a loving family home.
All right. And you understand that with this adoption, you'll be taking all the responsibilities and duties of a parent for him just to be been born to you.
We've been doing that for the last 18 months, so we would love to continue.
All right. And today you're not requesting a name change. You're asking his name remain Bryce Joseph Dubois. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And can you tell us why you're not changing his last name?
That is my maiden name, and I only have two brothers. One of them passed in a vehicle accident before he was able to have children. So we'd like to go ahead and leave that line of the family tree.
An excellent reason. All right. Your Honor, with that, I'll pass this witness.
All right, you may call your next witness.
All right, I'll call Mr. Futrell.
Mr. Futrell? Mr.
Hi.
Futrell, since this is a court hearing, would you mind removing your cap,
Oh, sorry.
please? Thank you.
You're absolutely right. Okay. I apologize.
That's all right. Go ahead, Mr. Polly.
Thank you, Judge. All right, sir, would you state your name for the court?
Jan Meredith Futrell.
All right. And sir, did you hear your wife's testimony today?
I did.
Are you in agreement with that testimony?
100%.
All right, smart man. I like that. Do you also believe that this adoption is the best thing for Bryce?
Yes, sir.
And can you tell us why you think so?
All the reasons that Helen stated, we love him. He loves us. And we can provide him with everything he needs.
Okay. And I know your wife was clear about that y'all have already taken on a lot of the responsibilities and duties of a parent, but you're willing to do so legally as if he was born to you and your family.
Yes, sir.
With that, Your Honor, I'll pass this witness. I do not have any further witnesses or evidence. Again, I know Ms. Hill is here and has been involved with the family, and I'll defer to her for any further best interest.
All right, before we do that, Mr. Futrell, do you mind if I ask you a question? How old is your son, Jordan, that is joining us?
He is 29 years old.
So you have already raised children to adulthood.
Yes,
And now
ma'am.
you're
4.
going to take on more to raise to adulthood. Am I to understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And you want to do this?
We very much want to do this.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because I'm overwhelmed. I am and excited, and man, what a beautiful family you have. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Ms. Hill, would you like to add anything? You've spent a lot of time with this family.
I feel like this is the best family for Bryce. They are doing an amazing job, and he is one handsome fella.
Well, I have to ask Jordan, Mr. Futrell, are you able to unmute and join us? I just want to ask you how you feel about your grown and taking care of our country's business. How do you feel about having all these little ones added to your family? You're the big brother now. How do you feel about this?
You guys, are we good on audio?
You're on audio.
Good on audio.
Okay. Big fan of being put on the spot.
I'm glad you do that to people.
I couldn't be more excited. I have two very loving parents and are fortunate enough to be in a situation where they can provide for Bryce the same way they provided for me, and I know
Well, you know-
he's gonna benefit from that.
You know, I already was convinced by the evidence, but if I had not been, that would have put it over the top. So I am very excited to be able to not only meet this family, all of them, but to have the opportunity to hear this case. It's obvious that you already are a family. And even though we're not changing Bryce's name, his last name will be, is it Dubois or Dubois? Dubois?
Mhm.
Dubois. He is still a member now officially of the Futrell family. So I am proud and happy to grant this adoption. And I want to tell you, congratulations. Rendered and ordered from the bench. Congratulations.
So much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you
All right,
very
now
much.
what I'm going to do,
Congratulations.
I want to ask you, Mr. and Miss Futrell and Jordan, if I put you in a breakout room, are y'all able to visit for a minute?
Yes.
Yes,
All right, I would
believe so.
like to do that if that's okay. I have a breakout room ready to go. And I'm going to see if I can put y'all in it and y'all can visit.
Thank you.
Here you go. All right. You'll get a link. Just click on it. Y'all can visit. And thank you all very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, if you got an invitation to join the breakout room, I messed up, so don't go. Okay. All
I think
right.
you got it,
Let me see
Judge.
what we're doing next.
Sorry, well, I did like your graphics, Judge. They look really good.
Okay, you noticed them. Cool. All right, Galindo.
Yes. And Your Honor, the Galindos, there are going to be 4 families throughout the day that are Spanish speaking only.
Okay.
We do have, I was told we could rely on you to translate. Is that correct?
You were told what?
That we could rely on you to do the translation. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Now we've got, each one of the ones has their,
Plano, C.
that's all we need, right?
That's all you need.
Yeah, I think each one has a family member that's going to join them to do translating. So I guess they'll need to be sworn in also as we do that one, Your Honor.
All right. We do not have anyone. We have an iPhone. We have Courtney, Bethany, and Jamie but we don't have anybody else.
They should be getting
Courtney
on right.
is on the next one. Galindo, Deshauna is on that one. And then Miss Blount was the attorney and guardian ad litem. And it should be Brenda Aguilar is the daughter. I assume she'll be in the room with the family. And maybe either De Galindo or Rios on the name. Not seeing any
I
of
have
that.
an iPhone and I have Sarah. Does that
It
ring
may
a
be
bell?
the iPhone. There was having problems with their email. So
Now we have another iPhone. Let's see who we've got. Do any of these people look familiar?
I believe that's them. Yes.
Oh. Is that them?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Are we waiting on anybody else?
Not that I know of, Your Honor.
All right, we're going to ask them to unmute. All right, who do we have translating today? Can I see the translators?
Yes. Hi, I'm Brenda Aguilar. Is there a translator?
That's you, Miss Aguilar.
That's you, Miss Aguilar.
I saw some other people on there. Sorry.
No, there is someone else. Do we have someone translating on the other screen?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that, Judge.
Do we have someone translating on the other one?
Yes.
Yes, and
What is
everyone,
your
but I don't
name?
know on the other screen. I'm not sure who all's on that screen right now.
I'm Brenda
What is your-
Aguilar. I'm going to be the translator for Antonia Favela.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And do we have anyone else translating?
Yes,
What is your name, ma'am?
Jacqueline Lujan.
All right, could I ask Miss Lujan and Miss Aguilera, would both of you raise your right hands?
Well, she's going to
Hold on,
translate.
Miss
that's
Lujan
fine.
is for a different, that is for the Lujan
Oh.
family.
Yes.
So that's
Zochi.
for an upcoming case.
Okay, well, we're gonna put her back in the waiting room, but we're gonna go ahead and swear her in.
Okay.
So can both of you raise your right hand? Do each of you swear and affirm that any testimony that you translate today from English to Spanish and Spanish to English, you will accurately translate?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. We'll put Miss Lujan back in the waiting room. And then do you need anyone else for the other case, for the Galindo case?
No, Your Honor, I believe they're all with Miss Aguilar right there on that screen.
All right, fantastic.
Lujan, we'll see you in just a little bit.
All right. So I've called the case, Mr. Foley, no, I haven't called the case. This is cause number E21-089-AD. You are here on behalf of the petitioners. And how would you like to proceed, Mr. Foley?
Your Honor, again, I would actually take judicial notice of the file to include the necessary required pleadings. And
So
then I'll be
noted.
calling Mr. Rios and Ms. De Galindo as my witnesses today, with Ms. Aguilar as the translator.
All right, I need Mr. Rios and Ms. Galindo to raise their right hands.
Que levanten su mano derecha.
Do each of you swear and affirm
Los dos juran. Sí.
that the
Yes.
testimony you will give
Que la testimonia que usted van a dar
in the cause before the court
durante la corte. Sí.
will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Va a ser toda la verdad y no más que la pura verdad. Sí.
Sí.
Venga. She was calling the grandson, sorry.
That's okay. Did they answer?
Yeah, they did. They both said yes.
All right, Mr. Foley?
Thank you, Your Honor. And I'll be calling Ms. De Galindo as my first witness today. And y'all can put your hands down.
You may lower your hands. Go ahead, Mr. Foley.
Thank you, Judge. All right. Ms. De Galindo, would you state your name for the court?
Señora Galindo, ¿puede usted decir su nombre para la corte?
Antonia Favela de Galindo.
And Ms. De Galindo, are you and your family joining us from your home in Albuquerque, New Mexico?
Señora Galindo, ¿usted y su familia están aquí presentes de su casa de Albuquerque, Nuevo México? Sí. Yes.
All right. And today you're here asking this court to allow you to adopt Fernando Yander Galindo.
Ahora que usted está aquí presente para la corte para adoptar a Fernando Yander Galindo? Sí. Yes.
Sí.
And he was born December 27, 2011 in Bernalillo, New Mexico.
Él nació el 27 de diciembre del 2000 aquí en Bernalillo, Nuevo México. Sí. Yes.
All right. And he is your grandson, is that correct?
Y él es su nieto, ¿verdad? ¿Correcto? Sí.
All right.
Yes.
And how long has he been living with this family?
¿Cuánto tiempo tiene viviendo él aquí con usted?
Desde julio, creo. Julio, agosto. 5 meses.
Since like June, it's been like 5 months.
Okay. And so, Judge, with that, we would request a waiver of that last month to go ahead and finalize the adoption into his grandparents' home.
All right, that's granted.
All right. And Ms. De Galindo, do you believe that this adoption is the best thing for Fernando?
Señora Galindo, ¿usted cree que esta sería la mejor opción, la adopción de Fernando Galindo? Sí. Yes.
All right. And can she tell us why she thinks this is what's best?
¿Nos puede decir usted por qué esto es lo mejor?
Pues para mí es que lo tenga otra persona, pues yo soy la más indicada.
Well, I'm more the indicated person to, have him instead of somebody else.
Okay. And she's willing to take on the responsibilities and duties of a parent for him. Is that correct?
So usted está de acuerdo que usted va a tomar las responsabilidades como un padre para Fernando?
Sí.
¿Está correcto? Yes.
Okay. And there's not a request for a name change today. Is that correct?
Y aquí no va a haber ningún cambio para el nombre, ¿verdad? ¿Correcto?
No.
No.
Okay. All right. With that, Your Honor, I'll pass this witness and I'll call Mr. Rios.
You may proceed.
All right. Sir, would you state your name for the court?
Señor, ¿puede decir usted su nombre para la corte?
Santiago Galindo Ríos.
And Mr. Rios, did you hear your wife's testimony today?
¿Usted oyó la testimonia de su esposa?
Sí.
Yes.
Are you in agreement with that testimony?
¿Usted está de acuerdo con el testimonio?
Sí,
Yes.
You also believe that allowing you and your wife to adopt Fernando is the best thing for him?
¿Usted está de acuerdo y está consciente que la adopción de usted y su esposa para adoptar a Fernando es el más interés mejor?
así es.
Yes, that it is.
And would he like to tell us why he thinks this is what's best?
¿Y nos puede decir usted por qué esto sería lo mejor?
Pues porque somos su familia.
Because we're his family.
That says a lot. All right. Is he also willing to take on those same responsibilities and duties of a parent for Fernando?
¿Usted está de acuerdo y tomará la responsabilidad de los como padres de Fernando?
Sí.
Yes.
Así es.
Okay. Your Honor, with that, I will pass this witness. I do not have any further witnesses or evidence to present. Of course, Ms. Hill again is here with us on this case, and we would defer for any further best interest.
All right. ¿Dónde es Fernando?
He just left to school.
Bueno.
Estaba preguntando quién está Fernando.
Lo acabo de echar al bus.
Apenas.
I just went and put him in the bus right now.
All right.
He was
Ms.
the young man
Hill.
on the screen when we first started, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, he's a handful.
Dice que está pesado, ¿eh?
Ms. Hill, do you speak Spanish?
No, ma'am.
Well,
I
how
do
have you
not.
been able to work with this beautiful family?
Through Miss Brenda, their
Ah,
daughter-in-law. Yes, ma'am.
bueno.
She has been she has been the piece to the puzzle.
All right. And Miss Aguilar, it's fine if you want to go ahead and tell them what Miss Hill is saying too. I didn't know. I don't want them to think we're saying things that they don't know what we're talking about. So
Yeah, I was just letting you guys finish. So, ella le acaba de preguntar a esta Deshana Hill que si ella habla español, y Deshana Hill le dice que no, pues ella no habla español, ¿verdad? Y dice que ha sido algo muy pesado con este caso y que soy yo como Brenda, he sido la parte del rompecabezas para ayudarles en todo.
Gracias.
So Miss Hill, is this a good family and a good fit? And have you had a good experience working with this family?
This is the perfect family for Fernando. He's staying in a home with family, people that loves him, and he also has support from Brenda and her husband and her kids. So this is the perfect family for him.
So ella le está preguntando a Deshana Hill que si ella piensa que este fue una buena opción que Fernando viniera acá con ustedes. Y Deshana Hill le ha dicho que sí, que es una buena opción porque como soporte de familia ustedes que le han dado y que como yo les he estado ayudando y todos los niños le ayudan.
Okay. Explain the name discrepancy to me, Mr. Foley. We have Mr. Rios and Mrs. De Galindo.
Your Honor, I think the name I can explain it best, but I think I would associate it to just a lot of, in the Mexican culture, it's very common for the maiden name to be transferred to a middle name, and then for the dad's name to stay last, but then to change the middle name. And I think that's where all the names line up, is through the Galindo, through the three of them.
That's correct.
So are we leaving
got it right,
Fernando's name Galindo?
Yes. Lo van a dejar como Galindo a Fernando, ¿ve el apellido? Yes.
Okay.
Abrí.
Well, the only reason I asked is because my graphic may not have the right name on it. So I'm very concerned about that.
Okay,
But
so la
it
razón
is my pleasure. This looks like an absolutely beautiful family, and I am so excited to be able to grant this adoption. And it's obvious that this family is very strong family and very dedicated. And I am just very excited to be able to grant this adoption. And this is rendered and ordered from the bench. As of now, congratulations, the adoption is granted.
So dice que muchas felicidades, la adopción ha sido garantizada y ella le estaba verificando que los apellidos estuvieran bien, ¿verdad? Porque en sus papeles de ella está algo diferente y nomás quería que todo estuviera correcto. Okay.
Congratulations.
Sí,
Thank you all.
muy bonita familia.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, we'll recess that matter. Thank you all very much. You may exit the courtroom.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you all. Have a great day.
You too.
I can tell I'm having much more fun with the graphics than y'all are.
They're nice to see, Judge. They're festive. I like it.
Well, I was disappointed we didn't get to do an adoption day, big hoopla, so this worked out.
Absolutely.
I'm glad we got to do this.
Yes, and getting the families taken care of. That's the important thing. So,
And I have Eliza Gonzalez and Keegan Young next.
yes, and Your Honor, I'll address this too, but this is only going to be for Eliza today.
Okay.
Keegan there'd been a de novo filed back, I think in September or something like that. There had been a motion to dismiss of the de novo filed, but there was a scrivener error on the order dismissing that said it dismissed the motion and not dismissed the de novo. And so a de novo was set for the 10th of November, literally on Wednesday. So we found this out last Friday when we were in Midland. We've already worked with all the attorneys on it. It's been resolved today, but the judge's order from Judge Billingsley dismissing the de novo was signed on the 10th, I believe, or 9th or 10th, and therefore the whole 30-day appeal time frame and all that didn't go into place until that date, since that's the last signed date of an order. So Mr. Myrick wasn't comfortable signing off on the adoption, knowing that the parents could appeal for the next 30 days. So we're going to try and be back with you in the next month or so to get Keegan's finalized. But we still had a little bit of a just judicial, order of items that we had to do to make it done right.
Well, the other thing we could do, Mr. Foley, is I could go ahead and hear it and reserve my ruling until I get those documents.
You could. I would ask
whichever way you want to do it.
I don't mind putting on the evidence today as to Keegan, and then you could take that part of it under advisement, and then we go ahead and send the order for Eliza today, and then we could just submit the order for Keegan, and you could just sign it once that appeal period is waived.
Yeah, and I mean, in an exercise of caution, I think realistically, if I were to go ahead and sign the order, unless someone appealed it later on,
we discussed that option, and Mr. Myrick was anxious. I think he had one that was kind of like this, and once the family got that second notice that they had 30 more days, that they changed their mind. So he's a little anxious to do that.
Sure.
So he is not giving his consent as the ad litem for Keegan to be adopted today. So that would be within your discretion there. And I hate to speak for him. I don't know if he's going to appear today, but it had nothing to do with the family or any concerns there. It strictly had to do with that 30-day notice of appeal.
No, I understand, and I do have a tendency at times to think, well, nobody's going to care about this, so we'll go ahead and do it this way. And so far, I haven't run into too many problems. Yeah, the ones I get overturned are ones that I absolutely knew I was right, and then it was like, what? So, yeah. Okay, so we'll do it either way you want. I just want to make sure the family is satisfied. If the family wants to come back and have another hearing, that's fantastic.
Well,
but if it's more convenient for the family to do it today and just get the ruling later, it's 6 one way, half a dozen to maybe whichever.
If you see the Lowens in the waiting room, do you want to put us in, let me go into a breakout room for a minute with them and have that discussion?
Sure.
Okay.
Who else do you need?
It would just be Mr. I assume they're on one screen, the Lowen family.
All right, there's my breakout room. I will sign y'all. Is it Mr. and Mrs. Lowen?
Yes.
Or actually, if y'all want to discuss it here, I'll put you in a breakout room.
I think
Mr. Miss
we're live on
Lowen,
YouTube right now, Judge.
Your lawyer would like to discuss something with you about the recent, I think he's already talked to you, but I've given him some options about how to proceed on Keegan's hearing. So I'm going to put you in a breakout room so you can discuss that with him. And then when y'all come back, we'll go ahead and continue with the adoption hearing. Don't worry,
Okay.
it's nothing bad. It's some good things and y'all just need to make a choice. So
Okay,
I'm going
thank
to assign you to a breakout room and let me see if I can
Okay.
figure out how to do it. Sometimes I'm not sure I'm smart enough. All right, here we go. Have fun.
Yep.
Okay.
Look at that beautiful girl.
Isn't she cute? She's giving you a look, Judge.
She is. Well, she's taking care of her baby. She's not really listening to me.
Your Honor, we've discussed it. I think what we'd like to do for today is go forward with the hearing for Eliza, sorry. And then we will come back with you here in the next, as soon as we can get that 30-day period done and come back and then do a special
Excellent.
day just for Keegan.
Excellent. All right. Did Mr. Lujan leave and not want to come back? I mean, he doesn't have to. I just was hoping. And I'll have to unmute y'all. I'm not seeing, who do we need from the department? Is this Courtney?
This one's Courtney, Your Honor, yes. And then I don't know if Miss Jennifer Bernal is here from Buckner. Do you see her in the room? Or anybody from Buckner? I know this is a Buckner.
I do not. All right. So for purposes of the record, I will go ahead and call cause number E21080AD. And Mr. Foley, will you be filing a new petition or will we rely on this petition for both cases?
Judge, I thought we'd file the amended if we haven't. We'll file an amended petition
right.
for this one. But we'll keep it in the same case as far as the second part of the order though.
Okay,
I see what you're asking. I'll holler at you later. We'll iron that part out, Judge.
No, you just tell me what to do and I'll do it.
Okay, we'll get an order to you for Eliza for today, and then a second order for Keegan here in the next little bit.
I think that's the best way. So for purposes of the record, my battery's fixing to die. So, and I do not have my charger with me. So I'm sorry, I should have done this while y'all were in the breakout room. I'm gonna have to take a short recess and go get my battery charger. I will be right back.
Thank you, Judge. Well, Mr. Miss Lowen, y'all are first for me. That's the first time I've ever had that happen where the judge's battery's dying on us. So that's a new one. Miss Courtney, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Jody. How are you?
We're good. It's adoption day. We're always good on adoption day.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So are we supposed to have ours muted or unmuted?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
I usually keep mine muted.
So my husband turned on a little bit of music for the baby, for Keegan. Is that going to bother the court?
I can't even hear it. So no, I don't see it as a problem. I don't hear it coming through at all.
We can hear it. So I didn't know if you guys could.
I'm not hearing it come through, but anyway, my ears are getting a little older, so it could be a problem, but we should be all right. So this is going to be Miss Adonaya. Is that correct?
Yes.
Goodness.
Tell her hi.
Hi, Mama.
She's giving everybody a serious thought look today. I like it.
She's amused that she can see herself. She's like, I see me.
It was right in front of me. If it had been a snake, it would have bit me. So I heard you talking about your old ears, Mr. Foley. Let's just don't start that. All right, we're ready. This is cause number E21080AD. Mr. Foley, you represent the petitioners. Are you going to? I know, I am funny, aren't I? She's just laughing. Are you going to call both Mr. and Mrs. Lowen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Would both of you raise your right hands, please? Do each of you swear and affirm that any testimony you give in the cause before the court would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
I do.
All right, Mr. Foley.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I would ask that you take judicial notice of the file to include all the necessary required pleadings.
And I have had a chance to review the file. Everything is in order. I will take judicial notice.
All right. And Mr. and Miss Lowen, I apologize. I did not make a note. Who wanted to be our first witness today?
I guess.
Just threw her under the bus like that, real quick. Wow. All right. Well, Miss Lowen, would you state your name for the court?
My name is Sarah Lowen.
And are you and your family joining us from your home there in Seminole today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And today we are here actually for Eliza Mariah Gonzalez. Is that correct?
Yes.
And she was born May 1st, 2020 in Ector County?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And can you tell me how long has she been living in your home as a part of your family?
She came to us when she was 1 month old, so she's been with us for 17 months.
All right. So she came straight with y'all from NICU. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay. So based on that time frame, do you believe it is in her best interest that you be allowed to adopt her?
I believe so.
Tell us why you think so. She agrees, it sounds like.
She's very bonded. We love her and we want what's best for her. And she's a very sweet little girl. Well, she's a little wild, but she's she's very bonded, and this is the only home she's ever known. So I believe that it would be in the best interest of her to be adopted and get to stay here.
All right. And I think you've made this clear, but you're willing to take on all the duties and responsibilities of caring for her just as she's been born to you. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And we are doing a name change today to Adonaiah Grace Lowen.
That is correct.
All right. With that, Your Honor, I'll pass this witness.
All right. You may call your next witness.
All right. Mr. Lowen, would you state your name for the court?
My name is Jake Lowen.
And Mr. Lowen, did you hear your wife's testimony today?
Yes, I did.
Are you in agreement with that testimony?
Yes, I am.
Do you also believe that this adoption is the absolute best thing for Adonaiah?
Yes, I do. I do believe that.
All right. Tell us why you think so.
Well, it's just like my wife said, that we're the only family she's really known. And she really has bonded with our whole family, with my wife and I and our other sons. And she seems to love it here. She loves our friends and family at church and our friends that we visit with. She already knows them all, and she's happy to interact with all of them. So she's really seems like part of our family already.
All right. I think she acts like she's just right at home, so that's good.
Yep.
And you're also willing to take on those same duties and responsibilities for her. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And I'm just guessing, is that Mr. Keegan that's in your lap now?
Yes, sir. For the minute, for the moment. He comes and goes as he pleases.
All right. Hopefully we'll be seeing him and taking care of all that just a short period of time. So, all right. Well, Your Honor, as to this case, I don't have any further witnesses to present. We'd actually grant the adoption and the name change.
Husband, little ones, are you sure?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They have a lot to teach us.
Wow. They sound convincing. Miss Beth, have you spent time with this family and seen them interact with the children? Do you see any issues, or what is your recommendation?
Your Honor, no, ma'am. I do not see any issues at all. I have absolutely observed how attached Adonaiah is to the Lowen family, to both Jake and Sarah. Like, I usually have to fight with her to try to get some attention when I go visit her. So there's not an issue with this family at all. I know that she's in great hands. So I'm excited for this adoption for them, and we're consenting.
I was going to ask you the same question, or the same question I asked Ms. Hill earlier, if she is starting to wrap her dad around her little finger like most beautiful young girls do. And if he's able to handle that appropriately. About that time, she moved over into his lap, and I thought, there we go, it's starting.
Oh yeah, she has them wrapped. She does.
But he can handle it, you think?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's such a privilege to see such a beautiful family, and this is such a happy day, especially for a judge, because we get to decide when people disagree about things. And so it is just wonderful to see everyone come together and agree that this is such a beautiful, right thing for these little children. And Keegan, we're going to come back and just do your final stuff later, but Adonaiah, is that what y'all are going to call her, or are you going to shorten
Her
it?
name is Adonaiah. Yes, ma'am.
But will you call her Addie, or are you going to call her Adonaiah?
We'll probably just call her Adonaiah.
That is just beautiful. I do not know anyone else named that, but Adonaiah, it is my pleasure and my privilege. As of today, this order is rendered from the bench and official that this adoption and name change are granted. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank
you.
It is granted.
Yay.
All right, anything else on this case, Mr. Foley?
No, Your Honor, just congratulations and thank y'all. Appreciate y'all.
All right.
Thank y'all so
Thank
much.
you all very much. We look forward to seeing y'all with Keegan, and we hope that Adonaiah will come join us again and tell us how she feels about having Keegan as her brother on that day. So y'all have a good day. Thank you very much. We'll recess that hearing.
Thank y'all.
Bye.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank y'all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right, now we have Zochi Lujan coming in the courtroom. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that would be our other iPhone. And Miss Bethany, are you on the Lujan case, or do we need to bring Miss Hill back in?
I think Miss Hill is on that case. I'm on the sex and stamps case, so I could I'll meet myself.
Actually, this one is Miss Anahi.
Anahi, okay.
Who?
Anahi Ornelas.
Oh, I brought Deshauna back in. You don't need Deshauna?
No, she'll be on the next case, Your Honor.
Okay, well, we'll put them back in the waiting room. I do not see Miss Anahi.
She's right there. She just popped on the screen.
Oh, Jennifer's ahead of me. Yay. Oh, Miss Ornelas. I was going, that doesn't say Miss Anahi. That says Miss Ornelas. Her first name is Anahi. Duh. All right. And on the iPhone, do you recognize the people on the iPhone?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe they were waiting for us earlier. I believe that is Mr. and Miss Lujan.
All right. And I'll ask them to unmute their phone. Their interpreter has already been sworn.
Yes.
There we go. All right. So the court will call cause number E21090AD. Mr. Foley, you are the petitioner's attorney. How would you like to proceed?
Your Honor, one, I would ask you to take judicial notice of the file to include all the necessary required pleadings, and then I'll be calling both Mr. and Miss Lujan as my witnesses.
So noted. And could I ask Mr. and Ms. Lujan to raise their right hands?
No, man.
Do each of you swear and affirm that the testimony you give in the cause before the court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Sí.
Sí. Yes.
All right, and Mr. Lujan, this is a court proceeding. I'll have to ask that you remove your cap.
Sorry.
Thank you. No, that's fine. Mr. Foley.
Thank you, Judge. I'll be calling Miss Lujan as my first witness.
Es nomás que lo que ellos dicen y prometen que lo que digan que es lo que va a decir.
All right. And Miss Lujan, can you state your name for us?
¿Tu nombre?
Manuela Lujan.
All right. And Miss Lujan, are y'all joining, you and your family joining us from your home in Odessa?
Yes. It's my home.
Okay, joining from your daughter's home, but y'all live in Odessa, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, and I'm just going to have to remind the interpreter that you don't get to answer the questions. You really, whatever question is asked, you have to interpret it exactly and then let the witness answer. But go ahead and proceed, Mr. Foley.
Thank you, Judge. And
I know she's being helpful, but the law doesn't always let us be helpful. So go ahead.
all right. Ms. Lujan, and are we here today for Zochi Louise Lujan? Is that correct?
Sí, ahora están atendiendo por la corte de Zochi.
Yeah.
Sí.
Sí.
Yes. Sí. Habla regio, para irte.
¿Por qué paró?
Were you able to hear that? Oh, se quedó.
Oh, no.
¿Se cortó o qué?
Okay, sorry about that. Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, some reason my screen froze up for a second. Okay. All right, sorry about that. And as to, is Zochi, am I saying that properly? We might be having internet issues, I do believe.
Uh-oh, we lost him.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was mine actually for a second, but I think it might have been theirs.
Say that again.
I thought it might be my internet causing the problem there for a second, but I guess it was theirs. But since we lost him here.
All right, we're back. Technical difficulties. Or she hung up on us. We don't know which.
Okay.
All right, where were we? And we'll have to unmute. Where were we, Mr. Foley?
I think we're just clarifying who the child is, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Just make sure we covered that. Would y'all state the name of the child you are asking the court to adopt today?
El nombre de Zochi.
De-
Que van a adoptar ahora.
O el que ahora vamos a adoptar.
Sí, dile.
Dile el nombre de
Zochi nomás. Zochi
Zochi
Lujan Gómez.
Okay. So she was born on June 29th, 2018 in Ector County.
Que estaba nacida la fecha y el no de esa.
Sí, tengo que dar la fecha.
No, ellos lo dieron,
Ah,
nomás que contestes.
And Jacqueline, you have to, after she gives her answer, you have to translate that back for us for the record.
She said yes.
Okay, thank you. And they are currently the grandparents, but they're asking to become legally mom and dad. Is that correct?
Que ustedes son los abuelitos y que van a ser los padres de Zochi. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And how long has Zochi been living in their house?
¿Cuánto tiempo tiene Zochi viviendo con ustedes?
Desde que nació. Desde que nació. Nomás se la regresaron como un mes y medio, casi 2 meses, nada más la tuvieron los papás.
She was with them when she was born, and then they gave it to her biological parents for 2 months, and then they returned her back to grandma and grandpa.
Okay. And based on that time, does she believe that it is in her best interest to adopt her?
¿Y piensas que ahorita estás en buen para adoptarla?
Yeah.
Sí, como.
Como
Buen tiempo.
sí, buen tiempo.
En
o sea,
disposición.
sí,
Lista.
sí. She says yes.
Okay. And can she tell us why she thinks this is what's best?
¿Y tú por qué piensas que ella estás en buena para tenerla ahorita o adoptarla?
¿Qué fue lo que nos motivó?
No.
No, como la pregunta ahorita, que si, ¿cómo sabes tú que estás lista o preparada?
Oh. Pues es que no se sabe si estás preparada, nomás sientes el cariño que ella te da, que tú le das a ella. Pues a lo mejor preparada, pues nos falta mucho como padre, pues nunca hacemos padre, como nunca se estudia, nunca te preparas para ser papá, pero el amor te llena, te gana, o sea, tienes que ir aprendiendo.
Yeah, she says prepared, not really because it happened just like fast, but I guess the love for her, because she's a grandma and she's all this time having the love that she has gained with them.
Okay. And if she want to take on all the responsibilities and duties of a parent for her?
Y tú quieres echarte toda la responsabilidad de ella.
Yeah.
Pues desde que nació.
She
Sí,
says yes.
Okay. And as to her name, they're just going to drop the middle name. So it'll be Zochi Lujan. Is that correct?
Yes. Zochi Lujan, ¿verdad?
Zochi Lujan.
Yes.
Sorry, no me dejen el go.
No más Zochi Lujan.
Gómez.
Sí, Gómez.
Sí.
She says it's going to be Zochi Lujan because I know in her birth certificate it says Zochi Luis Lujan.
Okay. All righty. And Your Honor, with that, I'll pass this witness. And I'll call
All right.
Mr. Lujan.
He's anxious to testify. He was trying to help his wife testify. So,
Yeah.
Mr. Lujan, go ahead, Mr. Foley.
Thank you. Mr. Lujan, would you state your name for the court?
Tu nombre.
José Luis Lujan.
All right. And Mr. Lujan, did you hear your wife's testimony today?
¿Tú escuchaste el testimonio de mi mamá?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you in agreement with that testimony?
Y tú agrees, lo que ella dice, tú
Yeah.
estás
Que sí
dispuesto,
está de acuerdo.
de acuerdo. Yes.
Is there anything he would like to add as to why this is what's best for the child?
¿Tienes otra opinión de por qué es mejor para la niña?
Pues para sacarla adelante.
To take her,
Sacarla adelante y pues familia de uno.
yeah, to take her out. They want the best for her. And because she's a granddaughter, he wouldn't like someone else,
Tratar de ser una niña, pues es la mejor.
Yeah, he just says that he wouldn't like to go to a foster home and just parents she doesn't know.
I think he's made this clear, but he's willing to take on the duties and responsibilities of a parent for her, just as she's born to the family.
Quieres tomar toda la responsabilidad de ella y todo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, with that, I do not have any further, I'll pass this witness. I don't have any further witnesses or evidence to present. I know Ms. Ornelas is with us. She's been involved with this family, and I would defer to her for further best interest.
Ms. Ornelas, you have had an opportunity to be around this family. And Ms. Lujan, feel free to interpret what we're saying. I don't want the Luhans to not be able to understand what's going on. So you can go ahead and interpret while we're talking. We'll try to make sure you get breaks. But Ms. Ornelas, you've spent a lot of time with this family. What are your thoughts on this?
Ahora le van a preguntar a la que llevó el caso del CPS, de qué es su opinión de ustedes dos, cómo viven, así.
Judge, if you don't mind, I'd like to say in English and in Spanish about this family. So they are such a loving, beautiful family. Zochi is one of the happiest children I've ever met. She gets so excited when she sees anyone walk through that door. So it brings me a lot of joy to know that she's going to be in a great home. Señora y señor Lujan, me da tanto gusto que ya llegamos a esta etapa, que ya finalizamos tantos meses de lo que han trabajado. Me encantó el tiempo que estuve con su familia y yo sé que Zochi está en un gran hogar con ustedes.
And Ms. Ornelas, I have to ask you, did you say the exact same thing in English that you said in Spanish?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my Spanish is not mi español es no bueno. I try. Es bonita familia. I can say that. So it is my honor and privilege to be able to hear this and to see such a beautiful family. And I'm so happy that Zochi is in a good place and is a happy child. That means a lot to this court. So it is my pleasure and privilege to just give the legal requirements to what has already been built up as this beautiful family, what you have already made a beautiful family. So the adoption as of today is granted, the name change is granted, and as of today, it is rendered and ordered from the bench. Congratulations, the adoption is granted. Can you interpret all that?
Sí, dice que ella está muy contenta por lo que dijo Anaí, que está muy contenta por una familia y que está contenta ver a Zochi feliz y que ella les da el sí para adoptar a Zochi.
Congratulations.
Thank
Oh,
you.
thank
Le
you.
puse-
All right, thank
No,
you all.
congratulations.
We'll recess that matter, and you are welcome to exit the courtroom. So thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Foley, everything okay, or do you need a break?
I'm fine, Your Honor. I'll leave it up to y'all, but we're good.
Okay, I lost track. Was that 9-0 or 8-0?
That was 9-0.
All right, so we are on 9-1, 8-1, I think.
It was like 8-1. The Mayhew family, the Enoho's child.
Enohos, yes.
And the Deshauna is on this case, Your Honor.
And Miss Mayhew. Is that all you need, or you need anyone else?
Miss Chastain was the attorney guardian ad litem, if she's out there, and I think that's it on this case, Your Honor.
Did you say Miss Chastain?
I'm sorry, Mr. Chastain. Sorry. I have a Miss Chastain in Brownwood, so it really throws me off.
Okay, just checking there. I didn't know if we'd gotten the right lawyer on that. So, all right. As soon as Miss Mayhew's able to join us, I don't see her yet.
She's on the screen. I haven't seen her video or her audio turned on yet.
I'll send her the links to see if she can get them started. There we go. Miss
There they are.
Oh, what a beautiful group. This is the record I will call number E21-081-ED. Mr. Foley, you represent the petitioners.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll be calling both of them as my witnesses today.
All right, can I ask both of you if you'll raise your right hands? Do each of you swear and affirm that the testimony you give in the cause before the court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, see, it's a test to see if you take your hands away from her and she starts swinging her doll around to see if y'all are distracted. You passed, you did good. All right, Mr. Foley.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I would ask that you take a judicial notice of the file to include the necessary required pleadings and consents.
Uh-oh, there we go. She's already moved up into Daddy's arm. We're already wrapping Daddy around our little finger. I have had a chance to review the file. Everything's in order. I will take judicial notice. You might call your first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll call Ms. Mayhew as my first witness. Ma'am, would you state your name for the court?
Name.
Mary Mayhew.
All right. And would you introduce us to your family?
Yes, this is my husband, Marcus Mayhew, and this is Miss Elizabeth. She's the one that we are going to be adopting today.
All right. The star of the show. All right. And as to Elizabeth, she was born on October 28, 2019 in Ector County.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And y'all are already related to her, is that correct?
Yes, she is my blood granddaughter.
Okay. And today you're asking to change that status from grandmom and granddad to mom and dad, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Wait a minute. You said grandma and granddad?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh my goodness, y'all look way too young. But okay, I'll take. You're under oath, so I'll take your testimony. Go ahead, Miss.
All right. How long has Elizabeth been living in your home?
September of 2020.
Okay, so for well over a year now.
Yes.
based on that time frame and your relationship to her, do you believe this adoption is in her best interest?
Yes,
And can you tell us why you think so?
I think she will feel safe here in this home. She has a steady home to where she's not going house to house and never knowing where she's going to be the next day. So I think this is the best thing for her.
Okay. And you understand that should the court grant this adoption, that you're going to be assuming all the duties and responsibilities of a parent for Elizabeth, just as she'd been born to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you are asking for a name change today to Elizabeth Ashley Mayhew.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your Honor, with that, I'll pass this witness and I'll call Mr. Mayhew. Sir, state your name for the court.
Marcus Mayhew.
And Mr. Mayhew, did you hear your wife's testimony today?
Yes, sir.
Are you in agreement with that testimony?
Absolutely.
All right. Do you also believe that this adoption is the best thing for Elizabeth?
Yes, sir, I do.
And can you tell us why you think so?
Same reason. She's in a safe home and caring home, and I'll do everything in my power to make sure she has everything she needs.
All right. And I think you already answered my next question, but just to be clear, you're willing to take on those same responsibilities and duties of a parent for her, just as you've been born to your family.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Okay. Your Honor, with that, I'll pass this witness. I do not have any further witnesses or evidence to present. Obviously, Ms. Hill is with us, and I will defer to her for any further best interest.
Well, you know, Mr. Foley, Mrs. Mayhew answered everything just as I would expect, and she was very confident in her answers. And then Mr. Mayhew was very forceful in his answer. So it's like, yes, I am to believe this testimony. So it was really good to hear the testimony. Ms. Hill, you've spent some time with these people. Do you have an opinion or a recommendation?
I believe that this is the best family for Elizabeth. She's their granddaughter, but now their daughter, and she has the best parents.
Ms. Hill, you're breaking up something terrible.
I'm sorry, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
I believe that this is the best home for Elizabeth, and she has the best parents.
Well, it looks like she's very happy. I would love to ask her what she thinks of this, but I think she's very busy. And Mr. Mayhew,
You say hi.
you know these daughters get dead wrapped around their little finger. Are you sure you're going to be able to handle that?
Oh yeah, this absolutely.
Okay. All right. I think it just looks like a wonderful family. I am so excited to get to see y'all, and congratulations on what a beautiful family you have already put together. All I do is sign the legal document that makes it legal. So I just want to tell you that it is my privilege to grant this adoption and the name change. And this is ordered and rendered from the bench. As of today, your adoption and name change are granted. She is officially and legally yours. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, guys. Y'all did great.
Thank you.
You know, that's the most beautiful response I could possibly get. I know. And Mr. Mayhew, good luck taking care of all these women. You know, we're just trouble. So, but what a beautiful family that I'm excited. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much. We'll recess this matter, and y'all have a great day.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Wonderful holidays.
You too.
Yes, ma'am.
Say bye.
Bye.
What a cutie. The little girl's cute too. All right. Thank y'all. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right, Mr. Foley, I think we've got Sexton Hughes coming up. I have Myra's iPad.
Let's see, on this one, Judge, it's Courtney Bethany's on this one. Mr. Garrett was the ad litem. And then, yes, it's Mr. McMillan and Miss Owens. I'm not sure who's.
Oh, this is Mr. McMillan and Miss Owen. Okay. I'm sorry. I had them on a different one. I was thinking something different. Let me see if I can get them to start their video. Mr. McMillan, Miss Owens, are y'all able to start your video and unmute your device? There we go. Oh, we almost had them.
Almost.
We've got them unmuted.
You gotta do this.
Hang on 1 second.
All right.
All right, there we go.
Oh.
All right.
All right. Mr. Foley, for purposes of the record, this is cause number E210838D. Announcements, please.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here with Mr. McMillan and Miss Owens. I'll be calling them as my witnesses today, Your Honor.
Could I ask both of you to raise your right hands? Do each of you swear and affirm that the testimony you give in the cause before the court would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Mr. Foley?
Thank you, Judge. And I would ask that you take judicial notice of the file to include the necessary, been doing it too long, necessarily required pleadings and consent, Your Honor.
I have had a chance to review the file. Everything's in order, and I will take notice.
Thank you. And I'll be calling Miss Owens as my first witness today.
All right. She's got to make sure that screen shows how beautiful that family is and is the right angle. And I can tell you, you did it. You all look beautiful. So, Miss Owens, you've been called as the first witness. Mr. Foley, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Miss Owens, would you state your name for the court?
Sweetie Owens.
And Miss Owens, would you take a moment to introduce us to your family?
This is really emotional for me.
Those are good emotions to have. I'm glad you're not a robot with no emotions.
This is my husband, Josh. This is Grayson, Hudson, Kinsley.
All right.
Yeah, I've got my son Elijah over here, and their little sister Harper.
Got some extras hanging out with you. I got you.
Yeah.
All right. And y'all are joining us from your home in Mineral Wells. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you mentioned Kinsley, Grayson, and Hudson. As to Kinsley, she was born December 22nd, 2014 in Ector County.
Yes, sir.
And as to Grayson, he was born December 27th, 2016, also in Ector County.
Yes, sir.
And as to Hudson, he was born February 27th, 2019, also in Ector County.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, I understand that as of today, y'all are the grandparents. Is that correct?
Well, we're the aunt to Hudson, or the paternal aunt to Hudson.
Could you hear all that, Judge?
I did.
Okay. All right. But today you're asking to become mom and dad. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And can you tell us how long the three kids have been living with you?
Since I'm
Okay.
sorry, I'm kind of losing my voice a little bit, so.
It's okay. I think you said since October of 20. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you believe that based on the time that allowing you to adopt all three of them is in their best interest?
Yes, sir.
And can you tell us why you think so?
Because we're a stable family. They ain't got to worry about, getting moved around. And we love them very much. We're glad to have them here.
And they look pretty happy there also. So you understand that should the court grant this adoption, you're taking all the responsibilities and duties of a parent for all three of them, just as they've been born to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're not requesting any name changes for your grandkids today, is that correct? Okay. Your Honor, with that, I'll pass this witness. And I'll call Mr. McMillan.
All right, you may proceed.
All right, sir, would you state your name for the court?
Joshua McMillian.
And did you hear your wife's testimony today?
Yes,
Are you in agreement with that testimony?
I am.
Do you also believe that this adoption is in all three of their best interest?
I believe so.
And why do you think so?
Well, I don't have any kids of my own, so it kind of gives me a chance to raise some kids and probably like them to get around. It's fun sometimes. But I don't know, I don't know.
Okay. And you also will take on those same responsibilities and duties of a parent for all three of them, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, and I know y'all have, it's like older children in the home, you talked about a grandchild visiting, and y'all are of sound mind and willing to take on 3 more, is that right?
Yeah.
All right. With that, Your Honor, I'll pass this witness. And I have no further witnesses or evidence. I know Miss Bethany's with us, and I would defer to her for any further best interest, Your Honor.
Miss Bethany, do you agree that they're of sound mind? Because I'm counting children there, and I'm not sure I can count that high. Do you-
Yes, ma'am. I think Josh and Sweetie are very equipped to be able to handle the gang. I have no concerns or anything about them, their ability to be able to take care of any of the children.
Well, and Miss Owens testified that she loves them. Does she love all of them?
All of them.
That's a whole lot of love.
Yeah, she loves all of them.
And Miss Owens, remind me, the oldest young man that's sitting on the end of the couch, what is his name? Oh, I can't hear her, Mr. Foley. Do you know his name? Miss Bethany, do you know his name, the oldest young man?
I think, did you say Elijah, Sweetie?
Yes, yeah.
Elijah.
Elijah, how do you feel about this? You've got all of a sudden all these little brothers and sisters running around.
It's a lot different than what it was before, but I don't mind it.
So are you objecting to the adoption?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Well, I think someday you're going to be real happy that you had all these brothers and sisters. And I think it's wonderful that you have such loving parents. And what a beautiful family.
Right.
But I bet a lot of the responsibility falls on Elijah to just help out with things.
Yeah.
But I bet you're good at it. He looks like a good big brother. Well, the testimony's in order, the file is in order, and Mr. Foley, it is just, again, my privilege and pleasure to be able to see this family and review this and hear the testimony. It's obvious that this is a family already. And so all I'm doing is putting the legal finality on what has already been put in place by this family. And Miss Owens, thank you for sharing your tears with me. That just tells me how sincere you are. And congratulations, Miss Owens, Mr. McMillan, and Elijah, congratulations on being a big brother to some new brothers and sisters. So congratulations, ordered and rendered from the bench. As of today, your adoption is granted and they are legally official. Congratulations.
Congrats, y'all.
Congrats,
Anything
guys.
else on
You're
this
great.
day?
That's it. Just congratulations. We appreciate y'all.
Good day.
We'll recess this one. Thank you all very much. Y'all have a great
Thank
day.
y'all.
Thank you, Miss Bethany.
Thank you. Bye-bye, Jody.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
All right, I'm showing one more. Is that right?
I think we have 2 more, Your Honor. I think we have the Rodriguez children and the Estrada children.
Okay, I missed
That's
one.
82 and 78.
There it is. We do have it. All right. Who else do we need?
Valeria Tavares is the CPS worker. We have Casa K. Is it Collis? Collis? And then Ms. Perales Cower was the attorney ad litem on it.
And who's your witness?
My witness today is going to be Adelia Navarrete, and then she's going to be coming through a translator, which is her daughter, Belinda Lopez.
Linda's there. I don't see the CASA worker.
And I don't know for sure if she's coming or not, Your Honor. I know a lot of times they show up, so I thought they might.
I hate for them to miss the fun stuff.
Exactly.
They're there for all the work. All right, there we go. Ms. Lopez, are you able to start your video and unmute your device? There she is. Okay. All right. Who is the translator?
Ms.
Hi.
Lopez.
Yes.
Belinda?
Lopez, yes.
All right, Ms. Lopez, I need you to raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm that you will accurately translate from English to Spanish and Spanish to English the testimony before the court today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So the court will call cause number E21082AD. Mr. Foley, you are the petitioner's attorney.
Correct, Your Honor. I'll be calling Ms. Navarrete as my witness today.
All right. And could you ask Ms. Navarrete to raise her right hand?
Agarre levante la mano derecha.
Do you swear and affirm that the testimony you give
Que si jura todo el testimonio que sea verdad.
in the cause before the court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Que todo lo va a ser verdad y nada más que la verdad. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
All right. You may put your hand down, Mr. Foley. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I would actually take judicial notice of the file to include necessary required pleadings and consents.
And I have had a chance to review the file. Everything's in order. I will take notice.
Thank you, Judge. Yeah. Ms. Navarrete, would you state your name for the court?
¿Puede decir su nombre para la corte? Diga su nombre para la corte. Adelia Navarrete.
All right.
Adelia Navarrete. Adelia Navarrete.
And y'all say it a lot prettier than I do. And you are joining us from your home in Odessa, is that correct?
What was that?
You are joining us from her home in Odessa, is that correct?
It's my home.
Okay. She lives in Odessa?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. And today she's asking to adopt her grandchildren, Yandel Zion Rodriguez and Elijah Berto Rodriguez. Is that correct?
Que si que quiere adoptar a Yandel y a Eliza Rodríguez, ¿es verdad? Oh, yes.
Okay.
Sí.
And are they both there with y'all today?
Yes.
Okay.
Eliza.
And Yandel was born on October 2nd, 2010 in Ector County. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So which young man were we just looking at there?
Okay. This is Yandel.
That's Yandel. All right. Good morning. All right. And then as to Elijah, he was born on June 17th, 2016 in Midland County, Texas.
Yes, sir. Sí, nació en Midland, Texas, ¿verdad? Sí. Eliza. Eliza.
All right. And how long have both these young men been living with Ms. Navarrete?
¿Cuánto tiempo tienen viviendo con usted, los niños? De ahora últimamente, sí. Porque todo el tiempo han vivido conmigo. Lately, she's like, it's lately now. They've always lived with me all the time. Pero desde ahora. De ahora. Como 2 años. Like 2 years already with her. But,
okay. And based on that time, does Ms. Navarrete believe this is in the best interest of both boys for her to adopt them.
¿Es el mejor interés para que adopte los niños usted?
Oh, sí.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. And can you tell us why?
¿Por qué es el mejor interés?
Ah, pues porque son mis nietos y yo los quiero con adoración, los quiero mucho, mucho, mis nietos yo.
They're my grandkids and I love them with all my heart and I love them.
That's an excellent reason. All right. And
Ellos conmigo están felices.
They're very happy with her.
good. And Ms. Navarrete, you're willing to accept all the responsibilities and duties of a parent for both these young men, just if they've been born to you.
¿Va a ser responsable por los niños desde ahora en adelante usted?
Oh, sí, yo vivo para ellos.
Yes, I live for them.
Okay. And there's no name change today, is that correct?
No va a haber cambio de nombre ni nada, ¿verdad?
No.
No.
Okay.
No, está bien.
It's fine like that.
Your Honor, with that, I will pass this witness, and I don't have any further witnesses or evidence to present. I'd actually grant the adoption. And of course, we have Ms. Tavares with us to give any further best interest as the court desires.
Well, Ms. Tavares, it's obvious that this young lady that has testified loves these two boys. Have you got any insight? You've been around the family. What is your recommendation?
From the time I've spent with them, I could tell that the boys are very attached to her. They love their grandma. And what's going to be best for the boys is to be with their grandma.
And Ms. Lujan, would you interpret that, please? I don't want her to think that we're saying something she doesn't know what we're talking about.
Was it?
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yes. Would you tell her what Ms. Tavares said?
Que dice la señora que ella está Ms. Tavares dice que ella está de acuerdo en que usted se ve que los quiere mucho y que están bien con usted. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And what would you like to add, Belinda? Do you have any insight? Obviously, you've been around the family. Well, how do you feel about this?
Oh, well, I love my nephews. I mean, they're awesome. We've been waiting for this forever. And I assure you, they're great with grandma. Homemade food there all the time, and I take care of them too. I mean, I'm not gonna say no. I mean, I love my nephews, and I want the best for them. They're happy here, and I'm gonna do my best too to help her out to raise these kids to be good.
You know, the way she talks, we're going to have people calling in saying, will they adopt me too?
Right.
I was caught at the homemade food. I was ready to go, Your Honor.
We're on board. Well, it sounds like, I know that you wouldn't say anything that wasn't true. And it sounds like that this is a wonderful place for them. And you've been waiting a long time. So let's just not wait any longer. I have reviewed everything. I am ordering and rendering this from the bench. This adoption and name changes are granted. Congratulations. They are yours.
Thank you. Yeah.
Muy bonita familia.
Thank you. We're
Congratulations. Y'all have a great day.
All right, y'all take care. Of course, now in recess on that matter. Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day. Thank you. Congratulations.
Que muchas felicidades.
And y'all can exit the courtroom. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye. Have a great day. Is Ms. Tavares on the next one too, on Eliza Estrada?
Yes, Your Honor.
Does that look like your client?
I believe so. Yeah, they're on Myra's iPad, which their daughter Myra Estrada is going to be the interpreter, Your Honor.
All right, Myra, are you there, Miss Estrada? Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear and affirm that you will accurately interpret from English to Spanish and Spanish to English all testimony before the court today? Oh, she's on mute.
I swear, yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you very much. All right, Mr. Foley, for the record, this is cause number E21078AD. You are the attorney for the petitioner. Are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll be calling both Mr. Ramos and Ms. De Estrada as my witnesses. And then we have Ms. Myra Estrada here as our interpreter.
All right, and if the interpreter will ask both witnesses to raise their right hand.
Levanten su mano derecha.
Do you swear and affirm that the testimony you give in the cause before the court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Y si juran que todo lo que van a decir va a ser verdad bajo la ley de la corte.
Sí, juramos.
Juramos.
Yes, we swear.
All right, Mr. Foley.
Thank you, Judge. And I would ask that you take judicial notice of the file to include all the pleadings and consents.
I've reviewed the file and I will take judicial notice. Everything is in order.
Thank you, Judge. And I'll call Mr. Ramos as my first witness today.
You may proceed.
Thank you. Mr. Ramos, would you state your name for the court?
Decir su nombre, por favor.
Ricardo Estrada Ramos.
And Mr. Ramos, would you introduce us to your family that's with you today?
Que nos introduzca a la familia que está con usted ahorita.
Es mi hijo, que va a ser mi hijo con el favor de Dios, y mi esposa y mi nieta. Mi hija también, que va a ser mi hija.
Okay. My grandson, who's going to be my son now, my wife, and my granddaughter, who will become my daughter, and my other older daughter.
Okay. All right. And you are joining us from your home in Odessa, is that correct?
Están en la casa de Odessa, ¿es verdad?
Sí, es verdad.
Okay.
Yes, it's true.
All right. And as to the kids, we're here for, I'm afraid I'm saying it wrong, Eliza, Ornelas Estrada, and Arian Ornelas. Is that correct?
Correcto.
Correct.
Okay. And they were born on January 3rd, 2017, and on September 24th, 2019, both in Ector County. Is that correct?
Nació en enero del 2003, del 2017 y en septiembre 24 del 2020.
Correcto.
Correct.
Okay. And we know they're currently their grandparents, but they're asking to be legally mom and dad for today. Is that correct?
Que están con sus abuelitos, pero que van a ser legalmente sus padres. ¿Es correcto?
Correcto.
Yes, correct.
All right. And how long have the two kids been living in their home?
¿Cuánto tiempo tienen viviendo con ustedes?
Pues desde que nacieron.
Pero 2 años, totalmente 2 años.
Total 2 years.
Okay. So based on that time frame, do you believe that this adoption is the best thing for both the kids?
Basado en el tiempo, ¿usted cree que esta adopción es lo mejor para los niños?
Sí.
Yes.
And Mr. Ramos, can you tell us why you think this is what's best for them?
¿Nos puede decir por qué cree que es mejor para ellos?
Pues porque nosotros los queremos como nuestros hijos que son y pues nadie más puede darle el cariño que nosotros les damos.
Because we love him like our kids and nobody else can take better care than we can.
All right. And he is willing to accept all the duties and responsibilities of a parent for them, just as those kids have been born to his family.
Que si usted toma todas las responsabilidades para cuidarlos mientras que estén en su familia.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. And there's no name change today, is that correct?
No hay cambio de nombre.
No.
No name change.
Okay. Your Honor, I'll pass this witness and I'll call Ms. De Estrada.
You may proceed.
And ma'am, would you state your name for the court?
Puede decir su nombre.
María del Rosario Castro de Estrada.
And Ms. De Estrada, did you hear your husband's testimony today?
Sí.
Yes.
And do you agree with this testimony today?
Que sí, está de acuerdo con el testimonio de él.
Sí, de acuerdo.
Yes.
Yes, I agree.
And do you also believe that this adoption is the best interest for both of these kiddos?
También usted piensa que es el mejor interés para estos niños estar con
Sí.
ustedes. Yes.
And can you tell us why you think so?
¿Por qué piensa usted que es eso?
Porque pues son mis nietos, los amo, pues como abuela que soy.
Because they're my grandkids and I love them like a grandma loves their kids.
Excellent. And she's also willing to assume all those same duties and responsibilities as a parent for them, just as they've been born to her.
Que también usted asume las responsabilidades y todas que tiene que ser para ser sus padres.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Well, and I think with that, Your Honor, I will pass this witness. I do not have any further witnesses or evidence to present. Obviously, Ms. Tavares is here and she can give her opinion on to best interest as well. And with that, we would rest.
Ms. Tavares, you've been around this family. What is your recommendation?
With the time I've spent with the family, I could tell these kids love their grandparents and these grandparents love their grandkids. So this is in the best interest for both Alina and Ariane.
All right. Well, it is my pleasure. What a beautiful family. Muy bonita familia.
Gracias.
And it is my pleasure to grant this adoption. I'm going to render this and order it from the bench. And so as of today, they are officially yours. The petition in its entirety, including the adoption, are granted as of right now. So congratulations, they are officially yours. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Foley, is there anything that we failed to address today?
No, Your Honor, just congratulations to the family and we appreciate y'all and what y'all are doing.
What a wonderful morning. Thank you all very much. If there's nothing else, we'll recess court and let these families go celebrate.
Absolutely. Thank you, Judge.
Gracias.
Have a good weekend.
Que tenga un buen fin de semana.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Likewise, thank you.